Hi guys, it's Angel from You Create with Style. A lot of people have asked me, how do I create my teardrop swags? I'm going to start posting weekly videos on show you all of my steps. I have pre-started a swag using a fixture that I have modified that is currently patent pending. It'll be available soon. But I'm gonna start walking you through the steps. This granary, one of my favorites, it's light, it's airy, it's two-toned paper wrap stems. I just am going to rip the stems off of this bush. And then I'll trim them to size. Each bush has a long stem. I'm going to not cut this and use it at the bottom of my swag. I simply dip the stem in and then glue it in to my piece of styrofoam. That long stem is going to help give me the length that I'm looking for this swag. The process is very simple. It's easy to do. Any of you DIYers can do this yourself. I'm going to do a little bit of a longer stem towards the top, but not as long as what I have at the bottom. This is going to help cover up the top of my fixture. I was hoping that the sun would come out today, but it's definitely cloudy. Looks like it's going to rain. So each stem that I cut, I dip into my glue skillet and I glue it in to the styrofoam. If a stem is too long, I just trim it. The nice thing about the artificial stems, they have wire in them. You can bend them. If you don't like the placement, you can pull it out, re-glue it, cut the stem shorter. But I'm basically just filling in. This one, I'm gonna go ahead and cut to make two stems out of. I want shorter stems towards the middle and the top. You'll see me move my leaves out of the way. Just want to make sure that I get the glue in the styrofoam and I don't drag it along my other granary. So that's going to be good enough for right now. I definitely have some glue strings in here. So we're gonna make a geranium. Pull some. We're gonna do a pink geranium swag, and I'm gonna use 3 stems. So with this, I'm gonna cut the stem down, but I don't want it too short because part of this is gonna give me the length that I need for my swag. So I'm gonna cut the stem in half. I'm gonna cut the remaining blossoms off. I'll use those towards the middle of the swag. And I've got 2 leaves left. I'm gonna go ahead and cut those off. I'm going to use them. I don't waste anything. I will even save my flower stems and I will use them for extensions. If a flower that I want to use or a pick that I want to use is too short, I will use these stems with a little bit of floral tape to extend the length on them. So I'm going to take that longer piece, dip it into the glue, and glue it into the bottom of my fixture. And you can see that it follows the length of that greenery. The 2 shorter pieces, just gonna find placement up towards the top. Gonna go ahead and cut my next stem. This one, I'm gonna cut each blossom off. And glue them in individually. Again, I have some greenery left. I don't waste. I'm gonna cut that off and save my stem for later. So I'm going to take the longest one. I'm going to come in on this side. I'm going to take my next longer one and come in here on the top. So I've got 1 stem left. I'm going to do the same thing. This one, I'm just going to cut a little bit shorter instead of keeping them full length. Any leaves that are left, cut them off. We'll use them. I dropped 1 leaf on the floor, so I'm just going to grab that. And I'm going to look and see where do I need to add some geraniums? And you can test it out if it'll fit. Just set your stem in there, and yeah, that looks good. If it's too long, just trim it. The nice thing, I can bend these anywhere pretty much I want them to go. But that looks really good. I'm gonna add a small one. Cut this one down just a little bit and add a small one right here. I feel like I need one more there. So I'm just trying to make sure that I find my foam and go around my leaves because I don't want to glue into my leaves. Okay. So now I'm just going to go back and glue in all of those geranium leaves that I originally cut off. Okay, so now that that's done, once you add, oops, making a mess over here, I'm gonna add a couple of these bead grass bushes. What I like about them is they have different tones. There's pink, there's green, a little bit of a white, but it's going to accent the swag nicely. I'm going to show you a little bit of a trick that I use to get some length. I'm going to cut all of the stems off except for one. I mean, it's not pretty to the eyes, but you're never going to see it once the swag is done. Leaving it on the stem allows me to get the length that I want. So if I lift this up and go in at the bottom, you can see that that piece, leaving the stem on, fits in nicely with the rest of the length. So now I'm going to go in and fill in. This matches that airiness, makes it a little bit wispy. Looks so nice. So I'm going to do that same technique. I'm going to keep the last one on the actual stem. And I'm going to glue it in. Oh, I keep hitting a leaf. I should have moved the leaf. At the bottom. And I bought two nice pieces that are longer. Put one in the middle. This one's a little bit longer, so I'm going to do it towards the top. And you'll see me readjust and move my petals. Just trying to move the greenery out of the way. I don't want to get this all glued. You'll get the feel for it. Trying to pull some of the glue strings. Ooh, got a lot in there. So, I want to come in with another greenery. So just to add another tone, I'm gonna go ahead and add this one. This one's a little bit of a different texture, and that's what you want. You wanna add different textures. And I'm gonna do that same technique where I leave the last one on the stem. Go in through the bottom, find the foam, and glue it in. You can add as much flowers as you want. I am not a mesh lover. Yes, I said that. I'm not a ribbon lover. I like more natural designs. So you're gonna see me just use a mix of greeneries. An accent here, an accent there. So I'm gonna add one more. Of the fern. This one's glued a little bit. Fill in a little bit. getting to the last few stems, and then this one will be done. Find my foam, glue it in, and there you have it. This is the swag. Get the glue strings out. We'll get this outside into the natural light and you can see it. It's really pretty. It's airy. Didn't take that long to make, and it's flat backed. The other thing is, with my styrofoam, I did do a video on taping of the foam. So I take my block of foam and I tape it with floral tape, and it helps it blend in better with my greens versus this color. But I'll do another video on that at a later time. So give a like, give a follow, comment below if you want to learn how to make natural looking, comes from nature teardrop swags. Come along with me on this journey as you create with style.